P1 in the building. What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another exciting edition of WCW Lives on TEW 2020. So, in case you saw our last episode we did our best Nitro yet. The show doing a 67. I think it's even our highest rating. Yeah, it is with a 0.32. And this week we are looking to capitalize on that as now we're really going to get into the heavy gritty with the build to Great American Bash. In case you don't know, Great American Bash, we're going to be doing Booker T and Scott Steiner as our main event. So let's go ahead and pre-book that right now. That is going to be our main event for the evening on this card. It's going to be Booker T and Steiner. We're also going to be having Team Canada versus Palumbo and O'Hare. Those two will be going at it Those two will be going at it in a rematch. Those are the first two matches we have. We're going to be booking more, focusing on the road there, helping our momentum get up there. If we can get up to 25 by the end of the month, that'll help us out and put us in a better position. If we get Prestige up at least to 83, ideally that's going to be my goal. I'm also going to start using the television title. There's also going to be a plan in this booking to start really putting this belt into a little bit more use, the television title, because we don't have anyone with on the belt. Really can help us out, I think, with our mid card, with our lower mid card. I think that can really help us out there. So, without further ado, let's advance. And of course, we got backstage incidents. But hey, don't do that. Let me see. It seems like the same people are doing it every single time. Give him a scoring warning. Okay. And in case you didn't see your last episode, we also suspended Kevin Nash. He's been causing a lot of problems for us, so we gave him a suspension. So hopefully that will help improve. But yeah, let me see where are we doing the show from. We're doing it from, let me see, the New York City, the North Carolina Alumni Gym. We have 1,437 fans, so our attendance is keep going up, which is very good. And we're gonna see how well we do for the show. I'm gonna be right back. All right, let's go ahead and see the results for the first show of the new month. So we open up with a tag team bout with 3 count picking up over Air Raid. I wanted to see how these two would do in a pre-show match. And I also figured this would be a good time to knock off the hardcore. thing. I think that really helped, give them a little bit of time in the front of the crowd to do a little, to do some moves. But we had 3 counting of the victory with Kyrgios and Moore with 34 and 35. Paris and Styles both with 25. Okay, Bischoff opens up the show. He announces a WCW US title tournament, where the winner will be the new WCW United States champion after Booker T vacated the championship to focus more on the World Heavyweight Championship. And I figured now is a good time to help get the USU title. And from the looks of it, we should be crowning our finals at the Great American Bash. From what it looks like, we should be having our finals at the Great American Bash. We have 8 competitors, and we'll go into it more as the card goes on. So we open up things with a tag team bout with Team Canada picking up a victory over Conan and Rey Mysterio Jr. after Lance Storm submitted Rey Mysterio with a Canadian Maple Leaf. And we had a little bit of distractions from Palumbo and O'Hare. They tried to get involved, but it ultimately did not work out. With Storm and Awesome picking up a 51-52 performance. And Mysterio and Conan have 53-51. Match got a 56. Okay. Next, Booker T. We're hyping up Booker T's returning to WCW pretty soon. We're gonna hype that up. That next week he'll be returning to in-ring action at WCW, so we're gonna make a little bit of a big deal about that. The fact that he is our world champion and he's been out with a concussion. Now, for our first part of the WCW United States Championship tournament, we had RVD pick up a victory over Shane Helms to advance a step forward. Then Bam Bam Bigelow is announced as a participant. He cuts a promo backstage talking about the tournament. He's excited to take part. He's ready to take part and ready to revitalize his career in WCW and become a champion once again. And Bam Bam picks up a victory over Disco Inferno. Bigelow had a 53, okay. And Disco with 44, so Disco didn't do too bad. In that match. Hennig. We aired another vignette of Kurt Hennig, which is, his gimmick so far has been perfection at its finest, so we're building that up a little bit more. Build a little bit more hype around Kurt Hennig. Then we are seen with a Jeff Jarrett promo. Jarrett talks about how Dustin Rhodes is nothing. Dustin Rhodes couldn't handle the grind of WCW and how he's out injured. Jarrett just likes to take a shot at that and how he caused that injury and how he's so happy about that. Jarrett basically just boasts about injuring Dustin Rhodes a little bit more. Now, up next, we had Billy Kidman pick up a victory over Devon Storm as part of the WCW US title tournament. Kidman with a 48, Devon Storm with a 38. And the match got a 49. Then we have Sting cutting a promo. Sting admits that things haven't been quite as well, but he remains optimistic in the near future. But then Steiner decides to come in and attack Sting. Then we gave Kurt Hennig a little bit of a debut matchup against Rick Steiner as Hennig picks up the victory. Afterwards, DDP is in the ring cutting a promo, but he's getting interrupted by Ric Flair. And the two decided to DDP makes a challenge to Flair, but Flair refuses, saying that he's more popular than saying that he will be more popular than DDP will ever be. Then in our main event, Then in our main event, we had DDP picking up a victory over Shane Douglas. Flair tried to make the distraction. Flair tried to make the interference, but it didn't work enough as DDP was able to still pick up the victory, giving this a 69 rated match. I was expecting a little bit more from Shane Douglas, but he gave us a 56. I'm all right with that. DDP had a 76. Overall, this show did a 62. That might be our lowest one yet, but it's still above 60. But it's still above 60, and there's room to grow. At the end of the day, there's room to grow, and that's ultimately our goal, is to finally break through. Now, let's see. Okay, we got a 0.30. Oh, yeah, and last month we finished. Okay, and for this month we finished first out of 3, so we have a boost of 5%. Okay, that's nice to know. Okay. So how many viewers did we pull off? We pulled off 202,136. Let's see how WWF did. They did oh wow, they did a 91, 3.08. We got a 3.08. Let's check our roster, see how some people are doing. Let's see how Booker is doing. Has Booker gained any popularity? I don't think he has. No, Booker hasn't. I want to say Steiner maybe have gained a point. How's Steiner doing? Okay, no, Steiner is still the same. DDP, I think, is gaining some popularity. Yes, he is. He is gaining popularity. Okay, so we've gotten some popularity to DDP. That's good. How about Flair? Okay. Oh, Flair has actually dropped in popularity. Flair's actually dropped in popularity. Wow. Which is surprising because he has warm momentum and he's dropped popularity. Okay. Henning? How is Henning doing? I think he's still at 68. Yeah. Okay. Helms. Let's see. Helms is someone who we pushed a little bit. We've given Helms a little bit of a push. So I wonder, how is he doing? Oh, he's gained 5 points. Oh, wow. Helms has gained 5 points. He's gained 5 popular. Oh, he's gained 5 popularity. Sting. Where's Sting looking? Okay, so Sting's lost a couple points. Okay. So definitely got work. So we definitely have some work to do building a lot of these people back up. How's Backstage looking? Still 0. Okay, so we do have work. So we do have a little bit of work to do going into the Great American Bash. We have work to do going into Great American Bash. Too much money. Okay. We lost a lot of money last. We lost a lot of money last month. So hopefully this month we should be a little bit better, money wise. We should be a little bit better. Um, but let's advance. All right, we have advanced. So one thing you're gonna notice is a lot of people have came back. We've had Dustin, and we've had Dustin and Steiner. They're all healed up, so we can start using them again. Booker is we're able to use Booker fully. So now we're just gonna continue on the road. We have another 13 days. This is gonna be the final one I booked for this episode. Next episode, you should see. Next episode will be the final Nitro for the Great American Bash, and the Great American Bash, and maybe the Nitro after that. So that will probably be a big three. That'll be probably a big 3-part episode. So here we go. Let's get into part 2 of this episode, and let's get set and let's start booking our next show. And of course, we got more backstage incidents to deal with. Bro, watch out. First time, just a slap on the wrist. Steiner. Just a warning about that. Disco. So many incidents, man. Our locker room is just the our locker room is just the worst. It is just the worst. Um, well, can't say we tried. Let's see. Where's our venue tonight? Okay, we're gonna be at the North Carolina my gym. I think we were here. I think we were here last week. I think we were. We have another attendance rise. Oh no, we were. Yeah, we were. We were here last week. So we're here again. We have a little bit more of attendance rise. Almost 1,500. Okay. And I'll be right back. All right, here we go. As we get ready to book as we book this final nitro for this episode, as we continue on our road to the Great American Bash. So we start off with Sean Stasiak picking up a victory over Ernest Miller to help advance the WCW US title tournament. Stasiak again picking up the victory. Ernest had a 46. Stasiak 57. Match got a 50. All right, so that got our show off to a good start. As up next, RVD went to the ring. He called out Mysterio. But he warns them that if they ever got into the ring again, that RVD would decimate Mysterio any chance that he got. Up next, we have Shane Douglas picking up the victory over Bam Bam. Then Jeff Jarrett heads to the ring and he's getting ready to cut a promo. And the first thing he hears is the music of Dustin Rhodes. Dustin challenges him to a rematch, but Dustin says that he has to get past his hand-picked opponent before he can advance and face Jarrett at the Great American Bash. That opponent was Canyon, but Dustin Rhodes was able to pick up the victory. Jarrett tried to get involved in the guitar, but he accidentally hit Canyon with it, which gave Dustin the victory. They both put on a 61 rated matchup, with Dustin having a 58, Canyon having a 58. Up next, Kurt Hennig has an interview backstage with Gene Okerlund. Hennig reminds Okerlund that you're looking at nothing but perfection, as that's the gimmick of Hennig. So we continue with the perfection at its finest. Then up next, we had a tag match with Totally Buff picking up the victory over Plumbo and Hare, as we had Team Canada watching this matchup at ringside. As Bagwell and Luger have 64 and 69 respectively. The match being a 63. I'll take that. Then Flair is warning DDP. Flair warns DDP about the bash, but then DDP comes out. The two start brawling and heading in. The two have a huge brawl. They head into the crowd. They head backstage. It is a huge, blown out fight. And in our main event, we had Booker T. We had Booker T picking up a victory over Jeff Jarrett. Then afterwards, Steiner basically saying that he is not afraid of Booker. Steiner warns Booker as Booker's laid out on the ground after the warning matchup. After Steiner decides to come in and make an attack, Steiner tells Booker that he is not afraid, and he'll do anything if it means regaining the WCW World Championship that he lost on that final episode of Nitro. Memory that is living back in Steiner's head as we continue and we fade into black. Giving the show a 66. Okay, so we're getting back up there. If we can get into the 70s, I think that's going to be our goal, I think, for the final show. We can get into the 70s. That's ideally where I want to be. Okay, let's see. Our show did a 0.33, so our rating did go up. 252,569. We're not getting a bunch of viewers in other places. FX, I think, is our main draw. We're not getting viewers in other places. It kind of bites, but we kind of just got to deal with it at this rate because we don't have much TV deals. We don't have much TV exposure like the WWF does. They had Triple H and Kane at the main event for the Intercontinental Championship. Okay. Let's see how people are doing. Let's see. Booker. So no popularity gain. I think he's starting to lose popularity. I think. Yeah, he's starting to lose popularity. That's interesting. Some people are starting to lose popularity, and that's kind of not good. That's not good. That's the tough part about the save is getting people. I think that's gonna be the toughest part of the save is getting people over and having to deal with um the morale backstage. That is gonna also be a big tough thing to do. Because right now backstage is still at 0%. Our backstage completely sucks. But let's just continue focusing on putting on good shows if we can do it. And we just gotta hope for the best. But yeah, next episode is gonna be we're gonna do the final Nitro Great American Bash, and we're gonna be doing the Great American Bash, and then we'll probably be doing the Nitro after that, maybe we'll just do the Nitro and the Great American Bash. But until the next time, this is P1 saying thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. It helps the content out. It helps know that I can keep doing this if you guys really enjoy this. But thank you, everybody. Until next time, this is P1 sign out saying thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day or night wherever you are. Bye bye.